Hello, budding and seasoned medical writers. I'm Tania, a medical writer and career coach, and today I'm going to talk about the particular skills you are going to need to enter the medical writing career in 2024. What happened in 2024? What is it different that you will need special skills? Well, if you have joined the field 5 years back, and for some reason got laid off and trying to rejoin the workforce, you probably know the reason. This year is different. Why? What is so different in 2024? Well, it's a new year and it's a different economy. It's post-pandemic era when we are more interested in remote careers. Medical communication is a more popular field now. A lot of people from healthcare background, from research background, and marketing, different backgrounds, they all appreciate the value of the profession. So there is more competition. And the elephant in the room is the AI. If you have been keeping up with the news, you know that with ChatGPT, Bard, and probably there will be more, and there are more that I don't know, that can do an extremely great job in writing. So how you can position yourself and impress recruiters, interviewers, and your clients if you want to write medical content. Let's get into them. I'm going to talk about 8 points. And number 1 is medical writing strategy. What is that, right? When I came into the field, I focused so much on the writing. If I could write well, if I could educate properly, if they responded to my call to action. All my thinking was based on the content. But now is the time when, as a medical writer, we also need to think of the strategy. What kind of content to write? How to reach out to the people? Who are the right audience? Thinking strategically will help to create better medical content, and that is really important. If this is sounding all vague to you, or you haven't done much work in the medical writing space yet, I totally understand. Just I want to tell that if you are a strategic thinker, this is going to add value to your career. Second point, you have to be AI non-replaceable. You probably already have seen that how many of the health writing content for blogs and also in medical writing, even in clinical writing, that you can produce excellent quality part of the content with the right prompt. AI can do a good part of your task now, and you need to outsmart AI. Well, I don't know if we can evolve as fast as AI, but we definitely need to have some human trick so that we are using AI to assist us. We need to have that level of understanding that we can modify, we can improve the content given by AI, and how to feed AI the prompt. Number 3, you need the right attitude. And I'm sure this sounds abstract. What is that right attitude? But let's visualize that with an example. When I was new in the medical writing field, I was assisting a writer, more like subcontracting. And I would probably have never taken that project myself because it was bigger than I was used to handling. So when I was helping that writer, I was given the instruction and I would tell her my questions, like how to do this or how to do that. What does this really means? And to my great surprise, I learned that they didn't know either. And they were sometimes going back to the client, sometimes figuring it out on the go, or sometimes asking me to figure out. Now, that's where they had the right attitude. And I would do the same now. If a client comes to me with a project and I don't understand 100% of it, I would still take it, because once I'm engrossed in the project, I will figure it out. And that's why you need the versatility in you and the right attitude that you know how to get it done, you know how to reach out to the proper resources, the proper experts, you are a resourceful person. Number 4, learning. Half of my working hours are spent in learning. I take courses, I take coaching, I follow key opinion leaders, I listen to podcasts, I read news, I read guidelines. And why is that? How does it help me? If half of my work is non-billable, how does that help my professional growth? Well, when a client reach out to me, I can offer them better feedback, I can offer them better insight because I have that learning. So that helps me to get more project, and that's how this half of the time doesn't go into waste. And I love learning anyway. Okay, number 5, stay with me if you're getting tired of the list. Number 5 is more like advice that if English is not your first language, don't worry about it. It's still a factor, definitely. Someone who has been speaking English from their birth and been immersed in that environment probably write a quick email faster than me, will be better in communication. As you can hear, probably I'm making lots of mistakes while I'm speaking to you, but writing medical content is different. You get the time to think. You you can figure out the punctuations. You can take some courses and practice to improve your grammar, improve your writing styles, improve punctuations, know the style guidelines. So don't worry about the language itself. Of course, learn it, but also remember that there will be lots of readers who for whom English is the second language, and probably you will connect better to them. You will probably communicate content to them the way they will understand it better, and that will be your advantage. You are not going to use the literary, flowery language because often those metaphors, those cultural references, they don't resonate with all the readers. Keeping it simple is better than writing it clever and people not understanding it. Okay, number 6, bringing ideas to life. If you are a creative person, you are always brimming with ideas, you will do good as a medical writer. You are not only helping your readers to understand the content and take actions, you are also supporting businesses in the healthcare space. You are supporting hospitals, non-profit agencies, biotechs, pharmas, and whatnot. It's important to keep in mind the business aspect. Someone is funding a project to reach an objective. So if you have that business acumen, if you are good at creation, your project will be more efficient. Number 7, understanding changes in guidelines. No matter what kind of medical writing you are doing, what therapeutic areas, how much you have specialized, there will be always some guidelines, even from your clients. Always follow those guidelines. And if there is any regulatory body involved, be aware of their guidelines very well. If you are not well aware, you are new in the field, consult their guidelines. If you can make a phone call, if you can write an email, if you know other people who know the guideline, reach out to them. But it's very important that the healthcare space is evolving so fast that you keep up with the pace, and the better you understand the regulation, the faster your content gets approved. You save time for your clients, and time is money. Number 8, and probably you have heard that a lot, but it's really important. You probably see it in a lot of job advertisements, and that's project management. And what is project management? How do you manage project? You manage timeline, you manage risk, you manage conflict, you manage scope, you manage deliverables, you manage people, you manage time, focus, attention. There is a great deal in it. And If you are good at managing project, you have done it, or you know the tools that would help you manage a project, that is really a valuable skill for becoming a medical writer. So for today, these are the 8 points. There are more, but these are more important. And if you have a combination of these traits, I'm sure you will do great. If you have more questions, please write in the comment. Bye-bye.